I'm gonna tell you something even though nobody else knows this. He parted my legs like he was Moses. I mean, he could eat pussy like my favorite dyke, like he was a savant and that shit was the only thing he was good at and liked. Ate it like it was going out of style, tongue just running wild. Not one of those timid guys who holds his breath and closes his eyes when he's down between your thighs. No. He gave it everything he had, and shit was I glad, because for like 1 second, he was all I thought I had. And I think he knew it. See, I have no other explanation for why I let him do it, because up to a minute before, I'd have said he hits me, and he's out the door. But he did, and I didn't. And so I found comfort and pain in the same place. And after that first time, I couldn't really look him in the face. See, I knew his hands could bruise me, but then he'd make love to me just to confuse me, and I know that there's no excuse for me. But I was paralyzed. And it was damn near a year before I realized that his apologies, no matter how hard they made me come, were never reason enough for me to stay. And it took some time, but I learned that he measured manhood in 3 ways. The pay he earned from his blue-collar days, his size and performance in bed, and the fear that he could now just at a glance put into my head. And so he was definitely a man in his sense of the word. But every day, every incident left me more and more disturbed. So now I can divide my life neatly into 2 parts. There's before him and there's after him. And I don't even think I'd recognize the person I was then. Fuck all the things that I should have known, but I was just this little girl playing at being grown, and yet still afraid of the dark and of boogeymen. So I couldn't fathom this kind of sin. Because the thing about monsters is they're real quiet, so nobody believes they exist. But when it rains and I flex my wrist, I'm reminded because I can trace my fingers down this bone until I find it, and so I know. I know that under the bed and behind closed doors, unspeakable things wait. I know how much I have it in me to hate. I know what I can silently bear, because it's not like my brothers wouldn't have cared. I could have gone to them for protection. But how do I tell my mom this particular affliction? Well, it skips a generation. How do I tell my grandmother that we have more in common than I want her to know, and I wish I didn't, but I understand exactly why she didn't go, because neither did I. And I could stand here and lie, tell you that I tried. I mean, I left, but those were more vacations than escapes. See, that man did more to me than I can relate, and I have this list of the things in me that he broke. And lowest on the list of the times that he hit and choked, no, it's the other things in me that he changed. Those moments when he was his most deranged, because now I can fall asleep and wake up clutching my glasses in my hand. And I can sleep comfortably with my shoes on. And I always, always, always have an escape route planned. It's out the window and across the fucking lawn. And I know the exact look in a man's eyes right before his fists fly. And baby, I want to love you. But these are the things I cannot forget no matter how hard I try.